Yo, what is good, everybody? I'm your boy Jadiro, and we're back at it again with all the secrets for Chapter 6. Now, I want to let you guys know I already recorded all the footage, and it was supposed to back up to my external hard drive, and unfortunately, it did not save the data. However, Blackmythwukong is based off of a story called Journey to the West, and it's all about perseverance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to persevere and make this video anyways, and totally not accept the big L that the universe is trying to give me right now. Now, just up ahead, there should be a boss fight, and then we get one of the coolest unlocks in Blackmythwukong. And here's my spoiler alert warning. There are some spoilers in this video. And if you haven't beaten the previous chapters, you can go check them out on the channel. I'll link those in the description. But after beating the boss, we get our cool Nimbus Cloud for all my Dragon Ball Z fans. Now, the first secret that we're heading to is the secret armor of Chapter 6. Now we're going to fly up here. We're going to go to the right. I'm working on my left and rights. Thank you very much. And just between this tree here, there should be a treasure chest that I already opened. And what we get is the downgraded version of the armor that we get in this chapter. Now let's travel back to the shrine. Now for a lot of these secret bosses, we're going to start from the shrine. And from here, we jump on the cloud. We hang a left. Keep flying straight. Then we make another left here. We're going to fly out to the left here. And just around here, we'll find our first poison chief just ahead. Now, I want to say I already beat the boss. Unfortunately, that recorded footage did not save. But what I could do is show you a cool trick to get back to shrine real quick. From your inventory tab, go to the trail talisman, simply click on it, and it will transport you back to the shrine. Now, the second poison chief from the shrine is simply this way. Then we make a quick right over this treetop. Then we make another right. And just beyond the trees here should be our second poison chief. Perfect. Back at the shrine, let's go left. And we head through the middle here into the open space. And just on that lower platform in front of us is the next poison chief. Keep going straight, just over these trees. And right smack dab in the middle should be the third poison chief. Now from here, the fourth poison chief is actually closer than going all the way back to the shrine. Simply hold down whatever button it is for you to ascend. Look to the right, and just over here should be our fourth poison chief. And right where we see that little brown patch of grass should be our fourth poison chief. Now I only managed to find 4. If there's more than 4, let me know down in the comments. Now our next secret boss location, we start at the Verdant Shrine again. You guys know the drill by now. And once we get to this opening, just simply swan dive all the way down. And right here should start a long boss fight. And by long, I mean one of those dragons. Now let's head back to that shrine. Now once back at the Verdant Path, let's hop on our cloud again. Now from this point, we're going to hang a left. Try and hug the mountain wall. Keep flying up around here. Now start to hover down. Keep going straight from here. And in the water here, there should be some rippling water so you can't miss it. And it starts our hippo fight. Now we're back at the shrine doing the same old thing. Now this time from here, we're going to take a right. Again, hug the wall of the mountain. We make our way down. And just on this desolated place in front of us, we get into our 6th frog encounter. And right here, we fight the final form of Mr. Frog. I really wish you guys could have seen it. Unfortunately, again, it didn't save. Now we start out back at the shrine. We get to this point. We make a slight left and we head straight. Now we should get to this platform and there's the Son of Stones. He's just vibing here on the rock. I really felt bad about fighting this boss. However, we already clapped him and let's move on to the next boss. Now the next secret boss can potentially one-tap you, so I'm going to show you to the shrine so that if you do get one-tapped, you can get there faster. From the platform here, we simply just make a U-turn. Now that misted cloud won't be there yet, but there is a golden tree in the distance. Simply get to the golden tree. And there should be a shrine there waiting for you. And this is the Mantis Catching Swamp Shrine. Now from here, let's hop on our Nimbus Cloud. Now we simply fly forward. We're going to hang a right. And then we see where the mountain splits, head towards that. Now once we get to the split, just head on straight. We're going to hang a left. Now this big rock in the center here becomes one of the biggest bosses, if not the biggest boss in Blackmythwukong. Now unfortunately I can't summon him because I already beat him. But what you want to do from here after you beat the boss is head to the Zodiac Village. Now from the Zodiac Village, let's go over to Mr. Fox. And what you want to do is talk to Mr. Fox. Now what will happen, it will present you to offer him a pill that you get from that previous boss. And what Mr. Fox will do is he'll make you a pill that you could take and it increases your stats significantly. Let's go back to this shrine and we're heading back to the Verdant Pass Shrine. Now what we're getting into next is all the boss locations. They're not secret bosses, but they're the bosses that you need to fight to get to the final boss of Chapter 6. Now if you want to go find those bosses on your own, just simply skip past this part. So here we go, again back on the cloud. Now once we head to the opening, there should be some lightning going off directly in front of you, and that's where the first boss is. But because I already beat the boss, I'm going to show you how to get there. Now lightning is a good indicator of where the bosses are. Simply keep heading straight, and we're headed to this red tree area. Now once you get here and you pass this threshold, a boss fight should start. Now once the boss fight's over, simply go collect yourself at the shrine. Now the shrine is the Deer Sight Forest Shrine. Now the reason I'm showing you guys these boss locations is because on my first playthrough I was absolutely lost, and I eventually found all the bosses, and I thought this would be a good way to pay for it. Now from the shrine, let's hop on our cloud. And we're going to hang a left here, and there should be some lightning going on just in front of us. Keep going straight, you're on the right path. Now once you see the fire on the ground, this will start your next boss fight. Now once you're done the boss fight, there should be a shrine just around the bend here. And there it is. And we're at the Rhino Watch Slope. Now from the Rhino Watch Slope, let's jump on the cloud again. Fly up in the air. Now at this point, there should be this massive locust or grasshopper. I'm not sure what it is, but it'll be hopping around. And what you have to do is get on top of it. Now whenever you rest, it should reset. And where you'll find it is in the back of the map here. It will traverse across the whole map and reset itself so you can't miss it. And it's massive. Now one quick tip for this boss fight, and this is why I wanted to mention it and record it for you. But again, unfortunately, we couldn't. Now what you need for this next part is a whole lot of stamina. So once you get on the grasshopper, it's going to require you to hold onto the grasshopper as long as possible without losing your stamina. If you lose your stamina, you fall off and you have to start again. So what I want to mention to you guys is that there's curios that increase your maximum stamina. And there's also medication that you can make that increases your maximum stamina. Now there's 2 phases to this locust grasshopper boss. And for the second phase, you need the fireproof mantle. Now before the second phase, what you want to simply do is activate the fireproof mantle. What it requires you to do is grab onto the antennae of the locust, and it does some burning damage. And the fireproof mantle definitely helps with that. And once you go through that segment and sequence, you get this cool staff. And why this is important, I'll mention in just a sec. Now, the grasshopper should land about there, or he should be in the background. And if he doesn't land there, he'll land right in front of you right there. So basically, if you look for those big, huge patches, that's usually where you can travel back. Now, after you defeat the grasshopper locust boss, let's travel back to your closest shrine. Now, from the shrine, whatever shrine that is, we're going to travel all the way back to Chapter 3. And the shrine that we're traveling to in Chapter 3 is the Great Pagoda. Now, again, we didn't come this far to only come this far. And this is how we unlock the true ending to Blackmythwukong. Now, I won't give any spoilers away, but simply in this room to that right-hand side there, you see that staircase, head up the staircase. Now, no spoilers here. I'll meet you at the next shrine. Now, if we progress forward properly, we should be at the next shrine. And we're at the Meijian Peak Shrine. Now, I'm not going to show you the boss fight beyond this point because it's one of the coolest boss fights in the game. And the hardest. But I will give you guys some tips. And if you don't want the tips, skip past this part. Now, in the equipment tab, you can equip any weapon you want. Now, the one I use to defeat this boss is the one that we're looking at right now. This is the one that we got from the Locust Grasshopper boss. However, if you've been following the guides, you're probably using the Golden Long Staff by now. Now, the reason I showed you that boss sequence in Chapter 6 was to unlock that previous staff. Because if you're using this staff against this boss, you're going to have a hard time. If you're using the Golden Long Staff against the next boss, he's going to do significantly more damage to you. Now, you don't have to take my advice. If you like the challenge, go ahead and use the staff. But if you use any other staff that doesn't do electrical damage, it will significantly help you in the boss fight. Now, once we beat that cool secret boss, we get the tri-point double-edged spear. Now, this is an amazing spear that we can use in our thrust stance, and it does crazy damage. It will definitely help you through the end of the game and your new Game Plus playthrough. Now, we also get a dope transformation. I'm not going to reveal what it looks like, but it's called the Azure Dome. And it's one of the coolest transformations in the game. What I want to mention here, guys, is you made it this far. You came through, you went through all the guides probably, and you want your true ending. So I feel like in hindsight, even though my original recording didn't get recorded, I feel like this is kind of a blessing in disguise. Because there'll be next to no spoilers in this guide. Now from the May Peak Shrine, we're going to travel back to Chapter 6. And we go back to the Mantis Catching Swamp. Now from the shrine, if you look to the right and you walk forward, it will start a boss fight. Now this is the second to last boss fight in this chapter. And once you beat the boss, guys, you should be well on your way to fight the final boss of Blackmythwukong. Now I want to say right now, guys, it's been a hell of a journey from chapters 1 to 6 together. Now, guys, I want to take the time here to give a big shout out to Game Science for making a 10 out of 10 masterpiece video game. It's very rare that a game company makes a game, and you could see that it's an absolute labor of love for that game developer. From everything from the lore to the graphics and the gameplay, this game is an absolute perfect game. You could tell that Game Science put every ounce of love that they had into this game. It affected me in a way that I even went to research the lore on the 16th century novel Journey to the West. A story about triumph, friendship, and the human condition. I went and listened to the audiobooks myself, and they were amazing. Thank you so much, Game Science. You made an amazing game. And I also wanted to say a big thank you to you, the viewer. The channel has grown significantly since making these chapter guides, and I couldn't have done it without your guys' help. You guys gave me the motivation and the courage to make these videos, guys, and thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, man. You guys are truly amazing. I can't wait to see what adventure we go on next. And let me know if there's any game that you want me to make these guides for, guys. Thank you so much. Well, that does it for my Blackmythwukong Chapter 6 Secrets Guide. Again, guys, thank you so much. I'm your boy Jadiro, signing out for now. Peace.